Meditation provides an opportunity for young people to engage with their inner life, to discover new dimensions of themselves, their relationship with God, and with others. A helpful way to introduce meditation into the classroom is to follow the time process. Transition, intention, meditation, engagement.
I really enjoy, getting away to a different place, especially in year 12 and with exams and everything going on. It's good to just shut your eyes and have even that 15 minutes just to relax.
The main thing really is that they learn the value of being still and of giving themselves time to just leave aside all the busyness of their lives, whatever they become, whatever they are going to be doing, and see that I can take control of my life, even if it's just for a few minutes, and then they become energised in a very different way.
Transition. Allow time for students to move from the busyness of their daily activities into a more contemplative space.
So sitting with your back straight, and it's almost like if you can imagine someone pulling the crown of your head, the hair there, it kind of pulls your back up.
I think the whole calming down process enables you to sift through the multiplicity of things that you have to do, and the process enables you to make some sort of priority, and therefore I think you become more focused, and that gives you energy to go forward and do the stuff that's really important.
Just become aware of your bodies, starting with your feet. You might like to tense them, like you're trying to grab the carpet with your toes. So we'll move through, initially probably just some relaxation exercise, like tensing and relaxing muscles. Introduce them quite early to a mantra. You'll always get a group of girls who are kinesthetic kind of learners, and they often find it difficult to sit and be. So sometimes using meditation balls for them can initially settle them. They don't tend to keep using them, but sometimes it's enough just to get them into that mode so that they realise that, I can do this.
It allows them to just to slow down a little bit, and they actually appreciate that. You don't even have to use the word meditation. Let's just be quiet and stuff, and they really appreciate that, because they tend not to get it in their normal living, because they're moving from within a school context and their weekend environment. They're moving from one thing to the other and engaging in all kinds of levels. So to actually try and give them a kind of a methodology which allows them to be quiet, I think they really appreciate that.
Intention. Allow time to be mindful of intention. Meditation is an expression of our faith in and desire for union with God.
If you don't allow yourself to be still, it's very hard to hear the whispering God, because I think God doesn't shout at you, although sometimes it's probably necessary. But God is there all around you, and you've got to be able to calm yourself to listen to the Word of God, and that may be just in that moment of stillness you take before you take your next step into your busy life.
It makes you think, when you've got your eyes closed, who you look at, who's God to you, what image you see. And I know some people may think of God as that person with, the beard and everything like that. But when I close my eyes, I just hear the words and think of what I'm doing and what God would, find me, and how I'm dealing with situations.
The intention is absolutely important to all of this. So what do you intend to do? But I think it comes back to this business of gift, you see, because it's not just simply my intention that I'm going to whatever. It's God is the one ultimately who meditates in me. God is the meditator, finally, the one who says his divine word once and forever. And so the person who meditates, it is God ultimately who's the meditator in whom they meditate.
Meditation. Allow time for silence and stillness. providing clear and consistent guidelines for the meditation.
Well, I think people wanting to find some inner stillness, but also the inner richness of their gifts, their spiritual gifts, and by being recollected and focused interiorly, then they become to experience and appreciate and really realise that they have a profound gift in them. And so this is what people want, not to be racing around everywhere else, but finding things within. And it's becoming very popular now.
I think it helps, especially when we're in prayer, to learn to focus better than we usually would, especially when we do it, because we do it at the start of every day and stuff like that. It's sort of like you don't take the full understanding of it, but once you do meditation, you learn how to actually develop it more and take it on.
And so by saying the words, then one enters into the word, or one becomes the word. And by becoming the word that is a gift, one becomes a gift. And so it goes on, you know.
Engagement. Allow time for engagement with the world.
I think people are deeply in need of the spiritual dimension. It's not enough anymore to have good economy and good health, these things which our modern times have provided, but to also have spiritual depth. I think people are realising that there is something available there which they can't find in the shops.
This is something which is for everyday life, and you don't have to be necessarily a religious person, inverted commas, to do this. You know, basically, if you have the desire to to seek something, spirituality, and discover the spirituality within you, and make the time, they begin to see, well, there is a God.
I think if a person discovers the immense joy that is in meditation and is in God himself, since God is supremely joyful, then a person acquires a sense of calm and of joyfulness which they just simply communicate to others. It means that they become more honest as they face the honesty of meditation. You've got to be completely honest in meditation. If you can't fool yourself there. And then they become more honest, generally speaking.
I play baseball and I pitch, and there's a lot of distractions, and so you have to sort of block everything out if you're going to play well. And so I take any chance I can to just sort of pull everything together and then release it.
Because a lot of sporting organisations are utilising the whole meditation process to calm their players, to focus them. And a lot of our boys are heavily involved in sports, so consequently even some of them would have had experiences of that practice already. Yeah.
And so the results of this very simple process of prayer, of meditative prayer, has huge ramifications in the way a person lives, and therefore the way in which a society will live.
Getting girls to reflect back on their lives, and were there moments where, you know, they felt either a real sense of calm or peace in the midst of chaos or sadness. Like we talk about significant moments in life, illness, death, births, traumas, and often in the midst of those experiences, or even for some of them just looking at a sunset, in the midst of those experiences, there's something of a connection with the other. Like there's more than just the sum of the parts in this.